World War II, Operation Barbarossa, 1941. The German offense at Stalingrad was unquestionably the biggest, immediate catalyst and turning point that made German defeat on the Eastern Front inevitable. Perhaps the most crucial factor, rather than the single biggest reason for Germany losing the war on the Eastern Front, it was part of a larger, cumulative process of strategic miscalculations, logistical failures, underestimation of Soviet capabilities, and the overwhelming resource disparity that ultimately doomed Germany. Here's why Stalingrad was so critical, and why it fits into a broader narrative of German defeat. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Battle of Stalingrad was the initial failure to defeat the Soviet Union quickly in 1941, was arguably the first decisive strategic blunder. It meant Germany was forced into a long war of attrition, which it was ill-prepared for against the Soviet Union's vast human and industrial resources, Soviet industrial capacity, and mobilization. The Soviets demonstrated an incredible ability to move entire factories east, replace losses, and continuously churn out vast quantities of war material. Like the T-34 tank and Il-2 aircraft, often outproducing Germany. Their ability to mobilize millions of men, despite staggering casualties, was also crucial. Lend-Lease aid, while often debated, Allied Lend-Lease aid, particularly in the form of trucks, locomotives, food, and raw materials, played a significant role in sustaining the Soviet war effort and improving their logistics, especially from 1943 onwards. Harsh Russian climate and terrain, the immense distances, lack of proper infrastructure, and brutal winters consistently hampered German operations, something they repeatedly underestimated. Hitler's leadership, Hitler's increasingly irrational interference in military decisions, his no-retreat orders, and his strategic obsessions, like Stalingrad, often exacerbated German difficulties and prevented sensible tactical withdrawals. The Second Front. While the Normandy landings came later in 1944, the threat of a second front in the West and the Allied bombing campaign forced Germany to divert significant resources away from the Eastern Front. Hitler prevented General Paulus to retreat at Stalingrad. More than 70,000 Germans surrendered, and only a fraction survived as war prisoners.